Hello kids, in today's class let's move ahead further in this chapter with the figure it out. So what the first question says is we have to write down all the integer between the given pairs in the ascending order. So that means we have to write the numbers in the given range in the ascending order. Ascending in the increasing order, that means from smallest to the biggest number. So I'll pick the first part. We have to write the number between -0 and -7 in increasing order. So here the smallest number is -7. Then we have -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. And then we'll have 0 here. So between this, we have these numbers in ascending order. Okay. And similarly, you can write down the number in these ranges. Also, I am picking the D part in this question, where we have to write the numbers between -30 and -23. So smallest to biggest number we have to write. So it will be -29, -28, -27, -26, -25 and -24. These numbers are between this range and in ascending order, right? So there's two parts as homework for you kids, and this is very easy. Next question we have, give three numbers such that their sum is -8. So there are many combinations which can give us -8. Let us pick few combination. I am picking two combination where sum is giving me -8. Okay. So I can add -5 to -2 to -1. So if I'll add these three numbers, we'll get -8 here. Okay, this is one way we can do this. Another way we can do this is I can take -10, right? And then I can add +1 two times to it. This way also we will get -8. Similarly, you can make many combinations here to get the sum of -8, right? Next, let's pick the third question, which says, so here in this question, number 3, what we have is, we are given with two dice whose faces have the numbers -1, 2, -3, 4, -5 and 6. So these are the numbers marked on the faces of both the dice. And the smallest possible sum upon rolling these dice is -10. That means if we roll these two dice at the same time once, the maximum possible sum is 12 and the minimum possible sum is -10. How? Because the minimum value is -5. So if we add both the minimum values, we will get the minimum sum, that is the smallest sum. Also the highest value is 6 here. So if we add these two, we will get the highest sum. Now some numbers between -10, that is the smallest, and the biggest are not possible to get by adding the numbers on the two dice. So what it says is that when we roll these two dice, some numbers are not possible which fall in this range, and we have to find those numbers. Okay, so let's do one thing. First of all, write the numbers which are there in the range, which falls in the range of -10 and 12. So since it is between, I'll write -9, 7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1 and 0, and then 1 to 11 counting, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Okay, now we have two dice. So dice 1 can have the numbers -1, 2, -3, 4, -5 and -6. Similarly, the second dice will also have these numbers on it. Okay, so now what we have to do is, when we roll these dice, we have to find out which of the combination is not possible. Okay, so let's start with these both dices. So what we are going to do is, let's start with -1 and try to make the combination with all the numbers. So if we add -1 to -1, when we roll these two dice and supposedly we get -1 and -1, we'll get -2. So -2 is here, right? So -2 is coming. I'm marking this. Similarly, -1 plus 2 will give me 1. That means this is also possible. -1 and -3 minus 4. Minus 1 and 4. This is positive 4. This is minus 1. So it will give me 3. Minus 1 and minus 5 is minus 6. Minus 1 and plus 6 will give us 5. Right? What we are doing, we are just adding the numbers on the two digits. Okay. Now 1 is done. We'll start with 2. 2 and minus 1. 2 and minus 1 will give us 1, which is covered. 2 and 2 will give us 4. This is possible. 2 and minus 3 will give us minus 1. This number. 2 plus 4 will give us 6. 2 and minus 5 will give us minus 3. 2 and 6 will give us 8. Okay, 2 is done. So kids, I hope you're understanding what we are doing. We are just picking one number and again combining it with all the numbers to see what are the possible values. So supposedly we have minus 3 on one face and on the another face we have minus 1. We'll get minus 4, done. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1, done. Minus 3 is minus 6. Minus 3 plus 4 is 1. Minus 3 minus 5 is minus 8. So this is also coming. And then minus 3 plus 6 will give us plus 3. Done. Similarly, we'll pick 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 plus 2 is 6. Done. 4 minus 3 is 1. 4 plus 4 is 8. This is also marked. 4 and minus 5 is minus 1. 4 plus 6 is 10. So here we will get this one. With minus 5, we'll have minus 5 plus minus 1 will give us minus 6. Minus 5 plus 2, minus 3. Minus 5 minus 3, minus 8. Minus 5 plus 4 will give us 1. Minus 5 plus 6 will give us 1 again. So this is covered. Now the last one. 6 minus 1 will give us 5. Covered. 6 plus 2 is 8. 6 minus 3 is 3. 6 plus 4 is 10. Done. Right? 6 minus 5 is 1. 6 plus 6 is 12. So that is also done already. So what are the numbers which we are not getting here are, I'm circling them, minus 9. This combination never came. Minus 7. Minus 5. It also didn't appear. 0, 2, 7 and 9 and 11. So these are the numbers. I'm writing them here. Minus 9, minus 7, minus 5, 0, 2, 7, 9 and 11. These are the numbers which were not, which we didn't get while rolling these two dice. Okay. So this is how, kids, we have to do this question. Next is very easy. This is general addition and subtraction of integers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick only 2 of them. Let me just erase it fast. And this is answer number 4 we are picking now. Answer 4. So 8 minus 13, it is simple, right? So we'll get 8 minus 13 will give us 5, right? But which 5? The bigger number sign, minus 5. Now, in the B part, here, this question, we have minus 8, minus 13. Okay. So, minus 8 and minus 13 means both the numbers, they are in negative. So, the answer will also be in negative. 8, and what we are doing is we are adding these. So, minus 8 minus 13 is minus 21. Here we'll get minus 21. In the next one, C, we have minus 13 minus of minus 8. Okay, so in this case, kids, minus into minus, this is minus, multiply by minus, it will become plus and we'll get 8 here. Answer will be 5 and we'll get the bigger number sign, that is minus. So we'll have minus 5 here. So similarly, you can do the other questions also, right? Yeah. So now in the next question, 5th question, we have find the below years below. We'll have to find the below years as being asked here. Question number 5. From the present year, which is 2025, which year was it 150 years ago? So we have to do the general subtraction here. and we will get that what was the number, what was the year 150 years back. It was 18,075, right? So similarly, you can find out the another 2200 years ago, right? And the last one is, what will be the year 320 years after 680 BCE? Kids, here, when we say 680 BCE, this is before Christ. So before Christ, we take the years in negative. So we will have minus 680, and after 680, we have to find 320 years after it, means plus 320. So this will give us this minus this 0, 8 minus 2 is 6, 6 minus 3 is 3. And again, since the bigger number has the negative sign, we'll get a negative sign here. So that means this is 360 years BCE only. Okay, because we are getting it in negative. Okay, so this is how we have to do this question. Now the next question is question number 6, where we have certain sequences. Let's do this question. Question number 6 and A part. Kids, A part is very easy. I'm leaving it to you. See it straight away. Minus 40, then minus 34, minus 28. So there is a difference of 6. If you'll add plus 6 to minus 40, we will get minus 34. If we add plus 6 to minus 34, we will get 28. If we'll add 6 here, we'll get the next number. If you'll add 6 here again, you will get the another number, which will be minus 16. 6 again, minus 10. 6 again, minus 4, and so on. Okay, this is how you have to do this question. Now I'm picking the B part of it. It says the sequence is 3, 4, 2, 5, 1, 6, 0, and 7. So this is the sequence where we have to find the next numbers, right? So kids, if you see this, the difference between these two is plus 1, these two, right? Now after 4 we have 2. The difference is minus 2. Here plus 3. Here minus 4. Plus 5. Minus 6. Plus 7. So here it will be 0 plus 7 is 7. And then what we'll have here? It will be minus 8. So what will be the next number? It is 7 plus minus 8. That is minus 1. And then it will be plus 9. 9 minus 1 will get plus 8. And then minus 10. Minus 10 plus 8 will get minus 2. So understand what we have done here. First, we have identified the pattern. The pattern was plus 1, minus 2, plus 3, minus 4. That every alternate, the sequence is increasing by 1, but in every alternate number, the sign is different. We have plus 1, then minus 2, plus 3, minus 4, plus 5, and so on. So when we are adding plus 1 to 3, we are getting the next number. See, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 minus 4 is 1, 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 minus 6 is 0, 0 plus 7 is 7. So to find the another number, after plus 7, we'll have minus 8. So 7 plus minus 8 is minus 1. And then after minus 8, we have this as minus plus 9. Okay. So minus 1 plus 9 will give us plus 8. And then to this, to get the another number, we'll have minus 10. So plus 8 minus 10 will give us minus 2. And so on, it will go on increasing. Okay. So this is how we have to do this question. Now what we have here is the C part of it. The C part is few numbers here: 12, 6, 1, minus 3, minus 6, and again we have to find these numbers here. Okay, so kids, if you see here, if you see this sequence, we have, let us start from here. We have 12 minus 6. If I'm just subtracting these two numbers, I'm getting 12 minus 6 as 6. Okay, and yes, I'm getting this 12 minus 6 as 6 here. Now again, if this is the 6 number I'm getting here. Again, I'm taking this number, this next number which I have got, okay, and I am subtracting this number from 5. So I'm getting the next number, that is 1 here. Okay, so from 12, we are starting with 6. We are subtracting 6. We have got this 6. From this 6, I have written again, we are subtracting 5. So it is something like minus 6 here. From here, we are subtracting minus 5. We'll get 1. From this one now, I'm subtracting minus 4. Okay, so from this, we are subtracting minus 4. So we'll get minus 3 here. Now from this minus 3, again minus 3 we will subtract. We will get minus 6. This is how we are getting this sequence, right? See, we can very well see that how it is working here. From 12, we are subtracting 6. So we have got the number 6 here, which is given here. Again, I'm taking this 6, I'm subtracting 5 from it. And from the next number, I'm subtracting 4. From the very next number, I'm subtracting 3. That is minus 3. So I've got minus 6 here. So that means now from minus 6, I have to subtract minus 2. Right? So see, I'm writing here from 1, we are subtracting 4. This is 12 minus 6. This is 1 minus 4. Then this minus 3. Then minus 2. So minus 6 minus 2 will give me minus 8. Okay. I'm writing minus 8 here. So similarly, from this minus 8, we are going to subtract minus 1. We'll get minus 9. Minus 8, we are going to subtract minus 1. So we will get minus 9. From this minus 9, we are going to subtract 0. So we will get, from this minus 9, we are going to subtract 0. So we will get minus 9 again. So this is again minus 9. Okay, so this is how we have to do toward the right side. Now, this is clear. So if this is clear, let us move to the left side, that how we have got 12 here. Okay, so this I am picking here. Wait. That how we have got here 12. So kids, if we have got 12 here on the right hand side, and this means that the number which was present here earlier, this might be minus 7. Okay, some number from which I have subtracted 7, I have got 12. So what is that number? That number is 12 and then plus 7. That means we have 19 here. Okay, so we have 19. Similarly, again we are going to do the same thing. If I am getting 19 here, and since we have covered 7 here, minus 7, so it means in this one we might have used minus 8. So that means I have subtracted here something from 8 here to get 19. So this will give me 19 plus 8. Right? So what is the value of 19 plus 8? This is 27. So that means we will get 27 here. So kids, this is little tricky. You have to see, analyze it, that how these things they are working. Okay. So I hope this is clear what we have done. We have picked the sequence given to us and we have tried and analyzed that on the right hand side, we are starting from 6 and going on decreasing the number till 0. Okay, and similarly on the left, we have used the same numbers in the higher sequences. So this is how this is going to work. Okay. Next, we have question number 7. Here are 6 integer cards. So we have 6 cards with these numbers. You can pick any of these and make an expression using addition and subtractions. We have to use addition or subtraction operators here. Here is an expression which gives us a value of 14. So if we write all these numbers in using these operators, positive and negatives, addition and subtractions, we are getting the value of 14. Okay. Now we have to use the same cards and we have to make an expression such that its value is closer to minus 30. So we have to use these numbers, use the operators, additions and subtraction, have to make a number which is closer to minus 30 here. Okay, so kids, let's try and do this question. We can start with minus 2. We have minus 2. Okay, to this minus 2, yes, to this minus 2, let us subtract plus 1. Okay, and then from here again let us subtract plus 18, again subtract plus 7, and again subtract plus 1. Okay, now let's try to evaluate. We will get minus 2, minus into plus is minus 1, minus 18, minus 7, and minus 1. And if we will add this is 18. These all are in negative, so they will be added together with a negative sign. So we have minus 18 plus 2 is 20, 21, 22 plus 7, 29. So the closest possible number is this and the expression is this. Okay, we have used these numbers and the operators. So kids, this is how we have to do such questions. And then we have the sum of two positive integers is always positive, but a positive integer and a minus positive integer can be positive or negative. Okay, so we know this, that if we have any two positive integer plus 7 and plus 2, let's say, we'll get plus 9, always a positive integer. But a positive integer minus a positive integer, let's say we have plus 7 and we have subtracting plus 9 from it. Okay, in this case we will have minus 2 as the answer, right? So it depends. What about positive minus negative? So if we have a positive number and we are subtracting a negative, so kids, minus multiplied by minus is equal to positive. So minus into minus is plus, it will be 7 plus 2. It will always be a positive number. Positive plus negative. So it depends. If we have a positive number which is bigger, then the sum will be positive. If the negative number is bigger, the sum will be negative. Negative and negative will always be negative. Okay, this can be both ways. It can be both ways. Negative minus negative. So again, it can be both. Depends which one is bigger. Negative minus positive number. So we have minus 2 and then minus 7. Okay, it will always be negative. Negative plus positive. Depends which one is greater. So this can be both. Okay, so this is how we have to do this question. Last question is very easy, guys. So what I'm doing is I'm going to give you a hint about it and you have to solve it yourself. We are given with a string of 100 tokens and this is how they are arranged. This is the pattern how they are arranged. It has 3 positive, 2 negative, 3 positive, 2 negative, 3 positive, 2 negative, and this go on till 100 tokens. We have to find the value of the string. Okay, so here in this particular string, this is a string of 10 tokens. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, sorry, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We are given with 15 strings. So let us do one thing. Let's pick the first 10 tokens. 3 to 5 and then 5. Okay, so let us try to find out the value of these 10 here. So we have 6 positives and we have 4 negatives, right? So if we try to analyze, we have plus 6 and minus 4. It will give us a value of plus 2. So for the first 10 strings, we have a value of plus 2. Similarly, till 100, we will have 10 such 10 more strings, right? So we will have till 100 10 into 10 because this is only for 10 strings and for 100 we have, for 100 tokens we have 10 such strings. So this will give us 10 into 2, that is 20 is the value of the tokens if they are arranged in this manner. Okay, so I hope you understand. What we have done here is we have tried to find the value till 10 tokens and we know we have found out that the value of the 10 token will be 4 because we have plus 6 and minus 4. And since we know that for 100 this particular alignment will be repeated 10 times, so we are repeating our answer 10 times here. So the answer is 20 in this case. The last is Brahmagupta rules for addition and subtraction. So kids, this is very, very important. Somehow I feel that this should be covered in the beginning, right? So what it says is Brahmagupta rules for addition, that the sum of two positive number is always positive. Okay, we have to always learn this. Okay, always just try to understand and learn this. This is the basic of the integer operations. Okay, so the sum of two positive is always positive. Now the sum of two negatives is also negative. So what we can do is we can just add the number and put the negative sign. Now, to add a positive number and a negative number, if we are adding one positive number and let's say one negative number, subtract the smaller number, this, from the bigger number without the sign. Subtract it and then put the sign of the bigger one. Okay, so this is how we can do this. What we have done, example, we have two numbers which are of opposite sign. Since they are of opposite sign, we have to do subtraction. So we have done the normal subtraction, 5 minus 3, we have got 2. Now what we have to do, we have to put the sign of the bigger number here. So this is how we can do this. A sum of a number and its inverse is 0. This we have done in zero pair also, that a plus 2 and a minus 2 will always give us 0. Any number, plus 5, minus 5 will give us 0, right? Now, the sum of any number and 0 is the same number. So if we add any number to 0, we'll get the same number. This is for addition. Similarly, we have for subtraction as well, that if a smaller positive is subtracted from a larger positive, that is, we have larger positive, we are subtracting a smaller positive from it, so the result will be positive only. If a larger positive is subtracted from a smaller positive, like if it is 3 minus 10, okay, in that case the answer will be negative. Now, subtracting a negative number is the same as adding a corresponding positive number. So what it says is that if you are subtracting a negative number like this, so it is equivalent to, basically you are adding a positive number to it. Okay, next, subtracting a number from itself gives 0, which we know 2 minus 2 is 0, 7 minus 7 is 0, right? And subtracting 0 from the number will give us the same number. Okay, subtracting a number from 0 give the numbers inverse. So that is, if we are subtracting 0 from this number, we will get the same number. But if we are subtracting like this, a number from 0, right, we will get inverse of number, that is, we will get 7, plus 7 here. Okay, subtracting 0 and subtracting from 0 is different. So this is done. So now what they are saying in the figure it out is like, can you explain each of Brahmagupta's rule in terms of Bella's building of fun in terms of number line? So what we have done in the first exercise of integers in the left part and the mine part. So what they are saying is that you can practice these questions using the Brahmagupta's rule. So kids, these rules are very important. And in addition to these rules, I'm also telling some rules on multiplication. Okay, so I'm writing the multiplication rules here. That is, if I am multiplying a positive number with a negative number, answer will always be negative. Okay, if I am multiplying two negative numbers, then in this case answer will be positive. Also, if I am multiplying two positive numbers, then also answer will be positive. So multiplication of two positive number is positive, multiplication of two negative number is positive, multiplication of one positive and one negative number is negative. Okay, so if you remember all these things, it will be very easy to you to do these questions. Okay, also in the basic form, you can also always remember that if we are multiplying minus with minus, we are getting plus. Plus with plus, we are getting plus. Plus with minus, we are getting minus. Okay, so this is what you can always remember. So kids, this brings us to the end of this chapter from Ganith Prakash, and in the next class I'll pick this chapter from the R.S. Aggarwal, and I will see you all in the next class now. Thank you.